Hello, brothers and sisters. This is Sir Eisenstein, Captain of the Iron Hands. And today, we will be looking into the second most hated character in the entire Warhammer 40k universe. The weakest of the Primarchs. The man himself, Lorgar. Now, Lorgar has been in the meta on and off for some time. Not necessarily strong, not necessarily meta-defining. Mainly because he's a little bit unreliable. Its combo was a bit weird to pull off, and the combo is basically trying to get his Whispers of Chaos. Now we're gonna look into the deck, and after that I will also show a game against an extremely good player and how to basically pull his main combo. Now the main combo is, having a look at the Lorgar, you need basically 5 demons to get your Whispers of Chaos for free. What it is your Whispers of Chaos gets reduced by 4 energy, starting at 20, gets reduced 4 energy for every demon you control. And if you can get 5, your Whispers is free. If you can get 4, it's only 4 energy. So it's fairly easy to pull off, but it does require a certain number of cards. Now with the addition of the new cards in the latest expansion, namely Khazrat and Drachian, I'm sure I said the names correctly, the Lorgar's combo has been eased off a bit, as in he doesn't need to pull off the full combo anymore, and by full combo triggering the Whispers of Chaos and trying to spam the entire field with demons. Now looking at Lorgar himself starting first, is what it is it's actually a much weaker Ingetel. Now anyone knows Ingetel, it has the same stats as Lorgar, but instead of reducing maintenance by 1, it reduces 2. And Lorgar creates a dark gift in your hand, which gives a demon host a buff to your troops. And be reminded, the dark gift also gives your infantry or Astartes troops the status of demon/infantry. Therefore, they count towards your Whispers of Chaos. So you want to have 1 or 2 dark gifts in your hand usually, ideally in the early game and maybe towards the mid game as well. And it basically helps you to build up that demon host, the demon counter against your Whispers. And again, compared to Ingetel can summon the greater demons, which are much stronger. It also gives the +1 health bonus, and as a bonus, it just click on ability rather than create a card and then use it as an extra. However, the Lorgar's Whispers of Chaos is quite easy to pull off, and on top of that you have access to the Word Bearer's card pool as well, and you can see from the deck, mainly most of the cards, the big majority, will be based on the Word Bearers. Now it is a little bit flexible, this deck, but you will need certain cards, starting with the Nurglings. Beauty of them is, remember, Lorgar reduces maintenance by 1, so therefore these cards do not cost any maintenance to you, and when they die, they just come back to your hand. Not only that, if you trigger your Whispers of Chaos and you get your ultimate form with the Lorgar, you can put a Nurgling, use the ability deal 3 damage. If the target dies, you summon a demon ability on the Nurglings, and for 2 energy you can summon a minor demon, which is quite handy, and they stick around for a long time. Other than that, the Zisugual squad is quite handy to have in the combo. Don't use them straight on, save them for your other troops. The Jadima squad is also quite helpful, in a sense that at 4 energy, or if you use your counter tactic, if you go on first at 3 energy, to gain a little bit of a board presence to delay the game, they're quite handy. But what you want to do mainly is this, the Destiny's Hand. You deal 2 damage to every unit on the map, and for each unit killed, you summon a free attack, free health Chaos Spawn. Now remember the Zesual squad, it spawns 2 wounded zealots. So with these 2 combo, you can spawn 3 demons straight off the bat. If you have drilling sight on the hand as well, you can do this at the 6 energy, and if you were lucky to have 1 demon already on the board, or maybe kill 1 or 2 opponent troops, basically you can get your Whispers of Chaos at 4 energy. Other cards to have, Baltamir's Sword is nice. You destroy a troop stand enemy warlord. If you don't have Architect of Heresy, don't sweat it. Baltamir is pretty much the same thing, just a little bit weaker version of it. And Dark Martyr, just to have something a little bit more stronger to the late game, just in case. Also, Dark Channeling is really good. I even saw people running 2 of them. I simply don't have enough space in my hand to use this in this deck, but it can be quite helpful. Basically gets you 3 demons, they cost 2 less, don't play them straight on, save them, and along with your Nerdlings or Swarm of Flies, which is 1 energy, you can get the Whispers of Chaos quite early on. And other than that, all of the other cards is basically you can remove and mix and match. Kurta Street, very strong troop, but not necessary. Ashen Circle, if you want board clear or there's a big troop, remember the Zesual squad, and I told you to save them. Put these guys, put the Ashen Circle, kill the infantry unit, and here we go. You can deal 7 damage to a big unit, and 2 board damage on top of it as well. So you need lots of cheap troops, you need bit patience, and you need to be able to pull this combo. And let's have a look at the game. So the game is against Fulgrim 14. I don't remember if he was a War Master, but I know he's a Primate level player, extremely good player as well from Masters of Universe. And good thing about this deck is it's quite flexible in terms of how you can start. In my hand I have all these troops. I can start with all of them, I don't even need to change. As long as you have something that you can play straight on, or you can play in, early on in the game, that's perfect. Also save up your counter attack, which can help with the combo of basically getting your Whispers of Chaos. So what you will be aiming is try to get Whispers of Chaos, and that's it. Bear in mind, I mentioned earlier on that with the new card, the Khazrak, you don't necessarily need the combo. And what I meant by it earlier on is because this deck spawns lots of cheap infantry, lots of cheap demons and etc. When you play that 5 energy troop and you sacrifice bunch of your troops, you're suddenly getting a board with a massive amount of damage potential. So again, your aim is to get Whispers of Chaos, but if you can't, but you have a bit of a board presence and you have the Khazrak troop in your hand, put it in, smite your troops in your opponent's face, and that's it. Going back to the game. So Kroll is, as we know from the last season, the top dog of the game right now. It's quite strong, and she counters me a bit, in a sense that she can deal damage. And I have lots of cheap troops, so if she were to kill my cheap troops, she can buff her own ones. Now I had a Camille in my hand, so I'm not too worried about her buffing the Kai, because at 5 energy I'm going to use this to clear it. The main reason using the 5 energy to get rid of the Kai, not only that it's a strong troop, but also Kroll is very dependent on the card draw. The main weakness of it is she can run out of troops quite early on, and what we're trying to do is basically starve her out of cards. And if you manage to have enough HP towards the end of the game and you starve her out, that's it. And our Kai is also helping us quite a bit, that she's not getting her Whispers of Chaos equivalent, her Reckoning, because of I have a troop, she cannot trigger the ability. Now again, as you can see, the Nurglings has been around for a good time here, coming back and going back. And I also get a bit lucky that I have ward on my Kai now. But I made a bit of a mistake. I have 9 troops on my hand. I misjudged the damage a bit. So you will see now. I forgot that there was relentless deal 2 damage. So I lose my unfortunate Nurglings. I didn't plan for it, but mistakes happen. And here we go. We're gonna pull off the combo now. We use the counter attack this period. Attack there, so 2 damage. Do you remember the Kai has our Dark Gift, so it counts as a demon. We have 5. 5 means we get the Whispers for free. Then boom.
I am the Minister of Chaos Absolute. Blood demands blood.
And from this point on, only way of winning against Lorgar is you need to clear the board, keep it clear, and deal tons of damage. If I have troops, and if I can get troops on the board, if I have this many cards and roughly equal HP, you're gonna have a hard time. Now I went with the orbital bombardment hoping for an early finish. And watch out this combo as well. You can put more of these cards if you wanted to. Second one, but why find the one adequate enough? You can also use it to energy to drop one of these on the board. Helps. But if you can, try to play it this way, that you have few demons on the board, you put it in and suddenly they become quite strong. Now Kroll is running a bit desperate now. He is using the big damage cards she has to get rid of my troops. And you can understand why. It's very hard to go against Lorgar because I don't have any maintenance now at all. And on top of it, here we go, I'm gonna deal 1 energy, deals 3 damage, quite cheap, and then if it kills, you get a troop. And this is pretty much game. I'm still waiting for the 8 energy clear all, or something like this, to get rid of my troops. So she still has chance. Here we go. So clears my board again and has HP advantage and has troop advantage. I could technically play the orbital bombardment, maybe with drilling side, and I can get it down, but the dark channeling, remember this card, really useful. And dark channeling also summons the new demons that have been added in the latest expansion. So I probably should have used the drilling side and put another Ravagers of Khorne here. But again, I'm worried about she has that 8 energy card that can kill all of my troops, and I want to have a reserve plan, just a backup plan. But now the earlier on we picked the Fierce Onslaught, this is going to be what's winning us the game. Could have finished with other plays as well. Could have finished with Orbital Bombardment, for example. But again, this is an opponent played near perfect, maybe got a little bit unlucky with the cards. But Lorgar, bit unreliable, but quite good. And again, just showing the card again, this one here. If you can't pull off your combo, and it happens more often than you will realize, spam bunch of cheap troops, put this guy in after you have the bit of a board presence, so then it gives them the boost of +1 attack, and it can actually win you games quite early on, especially against big aggressors like Karnan, etc., if you have a bit of a board presence. I hope you find this video useful, guys. Make sure to drop a like and comment below of what you think. I really appreciate your support as well if you give me a subscription. I'm very close to being recognized as an official YouTuber for this game. I only need, as of recording this video, 8 more subscribers. if you have any more questions as well, I have my personal Discord below. Make sure to, you know, just reach me out there if you have any video suggestions. Stay safe, and Emperor protects.